cheat is because he fears God. Are you with me? Because the man was once a single brother. What was he doing then when there was no wife? That you now tell me that it's because your wife is misbehaving. That's why you are cheating on her. When you were single, how were you surviving? How were you coping? Hello? Are you with me? So we did not teach them how to go for holy men, even when they do not bring in the pomp and pageantry of the society. Now we are now teaching them how to keep those men who were not holy in the first case. We want to keep them at home so that they will not cheat. Did they tell you that they are cheating with you with just one person? How are you going to cope? They tell you that today is bomb shot. You went to the market to buy bomb shot. That because you don't wear bomb shot at home, that's why your husband is looking outside. Meanwhile, your husband has seen your nakedness. And he's still looking outside. What is bomb shot going to improve if his eyes are already outside? Let's stop the charade. Now, that's how the conversation started. We now have married women dressing half naked. They say they are dressing to look hot for their husbands. Meanwhile, most of the time they wear those dresses outside. Their husband is not even following them. Holy women who trusted in God adorned themselves. There is a way they adorned themselves. They adorned themselves being in subjection unto their own husbands. That's the badge of honor they wore. It was a holy sacrilege for holy women not to be in subjection to their own husband, irrespective of who that man is and what his faith was. Do you understand? I'm talking of holy women who married unholy men. They were still subject to those, and in their subjection, they won them over. We have lively testimonies, some very close to us. They won them over. The men today, they are elders in church. Their wives won them over. They went out, they messed up. Their wives won them over. She said, no. Intercession, prayers. And we have chingom everywhere, chingom things. It claims that marriage no longer work. It is you that have not been working. That's why marriage cannot work. We now have a generation that do not want to work, but yet we want to enjoy the benefit of those who work. It can't work if you are not working. It cannot. It's not automatic. It cannot work if you are not working. Can we go to the next verse? Verse 6. It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. Now, I know it is quick. You want to marry and just be calling your husband Lord, Lord Rega, or Lord whatsoever. That is not the context here. The context is lordship. Before she calls him Lord, she was already acting. She has acknowledged him as Lord. And Abraham did not take advantage of that. You know why? Because Abraham too was also under God. Abraham knows that anything she does to Sarah, she will answer to God. That's the danger of marrying an unholy man. Because if you marry an unholy man, your responsibility to an unholy man is the same responsibility to a holy man. As long as the person is your husband. You didn't get me. If you are to be subject to your husband, Bible did not say only your husband that is a believer. Bible did not say only your husband that treats you right. It's as long as the person has been called your husband, Bible say be subject to him. So if you now decide to marry, that's why I say if you want to marry an unbeliever, we will help you. And we'll still counsel you. And we will show you the blood bank where you need to donate and add your blood in the equation for the redemption. Because it is the same principle. Now the challenge is this. When you subject yourself to the unholy man, who is now your husband, he can do anything. He can turn you from a subject to a slave because he does not know what to do with your submission. That's where the challenge is. He does not know how to respond accurately with a woman that submits. He will take you for granted. And you cannot stop submitting. Because the Bible did not say stop submitting. You have to continue. That's why I say your blood will not be involved. Are you seeing it now? That is the danger of marrying someone who is not also under authority. So Sarah called Abraham Lord, but yet Abraham listened to Sarah. Oh, you didn't know? Abraham, when Sarah gave Hagar to Abraham, Abraham listened. When Sarah said Ishmael and Hagar must go, Abraham listened. But yet Sarah called him Lord. So in the equation, who looks like Lord? Sarah calls him Lord. It is that same level of honor he gives to Abraham. Abraham returned it. You remember, he said, deal with them and honor as the weaker vessel. But if you marry an unholy man, instead of that lordship, it will be lord and slave relationship. Yes. So it is very important that we see this. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are. Okay, maybe I should call it daughters of Sarah. Let's remove Eve. Because here now I say the reference point is Sarah, not Eve. Let me use daughters of Sarah then. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are. Who is their mother now? Sarah. So we are saying that whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Whose daughters ye are? What is he saying? That do according to how your mother has been doing. Now you now came and said, no, you don't want to behave like Sarah. The only person you can behave like, if you are not behaving like Sarah, is Jezebel. There's also daughters of Jezebel. Yes. Because Jezebel, this thing cannot go. If now I will also show you that Jezebel also related to Ahab as king. Jezebel acknowledged the kingship of Ahab. We will get there. So you will see that Jezebel also respected Ahab in her own way. But you see, despite the kingship of Ahab, Jezebel was still Jezebel. So likewise, the husband, okay, now we get to the second likewise. The first likewise was unto what? Wives. The second likewise is unto husbands. Ye husband, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife. Are you seeing the balance now? They are saying, wives, subject yourself to husband.